I get comments from parents that they wish they were in school during this era. Wherever I go, the members of the community, the elderly, whenever I have Talanwa session, I sit down and talk to them. They always tell me that they wish they were in school during this time, or they wish that this era, this educational era was there during their time, because they also wanted to study. They also wanted to finish high school, primary school, high school, and go to university or technical college. But they missed it. We can't undo that. We can't get them back to their young days and get them to school. So children, are you listening to me? The children, the kinds of opportunities we have now, we want you to take advantage, okay? We want you to work hard, okay? Yes or no? We want you to study hard, yes or no? We want you to listen to your teachers, yes or no? We want you to respect your teachers, yes or no? We want you to respect and listen to your parents. We want you to come to school every day. Do you want to finish primary school? You want to go to high school? You want to go to technical college or university? You want to make your parents proud? Thank you. There's only one thing you'll have to do. You know what? You have to study hard, okay? Members of the community, members of the management board, like you, we are all here for them. All of you are here. The divisional police commander is here. Members of the Vanua are here. All of us are here for them. And if you look at the government, if you look at our government, if there's one thing, if you ask our government, if there's one thing that they're totally committed and passionate and believe in it, then it's education. Our government, after examining what's happening throughout the world, what's happening in small developing countries, after reading the literature, have totally converged that we need to educate our children if we want to have lasting growth and development, peace and stability in future Fiji. All of us should understand that there is no substitute for education. There's no substitute for education. All of us should do whatever we can in our own little way to ensure that our children are protected, our children are guided, and our children are brought to our school system every day so that our teachers can give them quality, relevant knowledge. It's not about qualifications only. It's about education and developing the required wisdom. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in our government is totally conversed that first we will put aside money for education, and then the remainder we will look at infrastructure, health, social welfare, agriculture, etc. And it is in this regard that you would have noted that this year we have allocated 20% of the entire budget for education. 20% for one ministry alone, 1/5. And the remaining 80% for the so many other ministries: agriculture, infrastructure, social welfare, health, finance, planning, information system, IT, trade, commerce, justice, all those other ministries are sharing that 80%. But education is 20%. Because our government believes that all these other aspects will be taken care of if we can have an educated workforce, educated public, and educated society. All the other problems can be solved if you have an educated people, educated population. Our government has studied very closely what has happened in the past in the country and have decided that we need to educate everyone so that they can rise above emotions, make decisions based on logic and reasoning. It is in this regard that we have democratized the entire process of education. Never before this level of participation happened in our education system. We want future Fiji to have knowledge as the base. Knowledge is the foundation. If everyone is educated, you will see that the society will have peace, stability, and the society will be progressing together. We are moving away from the past era, an era where sections, groups in the community were progressing and developing faster than the others. And therefore, there was a huge degree of inequality. We want to move to an era where everyone grows together. That's the kind of education system we are having. So that's why when children come to our schools, whether they are school teachers' daughter or son, whether they are businessmen's child, whether they are minister's daughter, inside the classroom, inside the school, everyone is equal. Everyone is equal. And that's what we are saying, that in this country, we want everyone to start with an equal footing and aspire for equal growth and development prospects. Because it is through education that we can equalize the society. Education is the greatest leveler. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell the manager and members of the board, if this school student numbers go up and there's a need for a classroom, we will support financially. If these schools needs a new toilet block, we will support the school. That's the government's responsibility. We will. If there's 50 more students next year, there's a need for 2 classrooms, we will find money to construct that classroom. That's our responsibility. That's our responsibility. We will. And I want to assure you that. That's the kind of education system we have. We don't want our members of the community, the parents, to go around looking for money and, No. I mean, the community-based fundraising, like what the manager did about organizing a budget competition, that's okay. But what I'm saying, we are in a different era now. We're going to fulfill our obligation. And provision of education is a public good. It's not a private good where you go and buy it in private schools. It's a public good. We will provide, government will provide the public good for every child, whether they are here in Graham Sangathan or in Yasawas or Undu Point. We will reach out to them. We will reach out to them. Because every child in this country is equal to us. Every child is our children. And if you can educate them, if you can lift their profile, then future Fiji, we don't have to allocate too much money on social welfare or medicine or health, all kinds of things. We are now struggling to allocate increasing amounts of money for social welfare or health or medicine because our people are not educated. Our people are in hardship and poverty, and therefore we have to target those people, target those households. But that's not a sustainable solution. It's not a sustainable solution. The sustainable solution is educate everyone, make them informed citizens, ensure knowledge is the base, let them participate in the growing economy. Let them participate in the growing economy. When economy grows, we have to ensure that if we want to take advantage of the growing economy, people has to participate. If people are outside the economic system, then they will not benefit from the growing economy. Only the people, the business sector who owns the business will benefit from the growing economy. But we need to distribute that. And to distribute that, we need to get people to participate. And people can only participate if we educate them, upskill them. And that's what we are doing through our education system, through our technical colleges, through our universities. So manager, members of the board, head teacher, it's a pleasure to be here today to officiate the floor filling ceremony. It has given me an opportunity to come and meet you all. And I was wanting to come to the opening, but I said no. It gives me an opportunity to come and meet you, otherwise it's difficult to meet you, because I'm very busy. I want to thank the leadership, the head teacher and manager. They're very good leaders. They're dynamic, they're forward-looking. And if we have these kinds of head teachers, we really don't have to worry too much. We can just deal with the school by a remote. We're struggling to manage some schools like Krishna Janardhan School. It's in a total mess because of leadership, both the head teacher as well as the management. School grasses are overgrown, building is falling apart, toilet block is terrible. It's in a mess. So we just changed the head teacher. We have just told the management, fix the school and we'll have a new AGM. But we wish we have this kinds of leadership in our schools. This kind of manager, this kind of head teacher. So head teacher, thank you very much for your leadership. You could have just stayed nicely, quietly, come 8 o'clock, go at 3:30. Why bother about new buildings and all those? You have children at heart. Thank you. Thank you, Naka.